Hey friends, welcome to John's Guitar Lounge. I'm Johnny Stewart, and today I'm going to show you 3 alternatives to bar chords and get the same sound. Now, playing bar chords on the guitar is really hard for a lot of people. And I want to say happy Halloween, everybody, because I'm noticing in this video as I'm starting to make it that I sort of have like a receding hairline like Dracula, so there's that point, so happy Halloween, I guess. So let's get right into the lesson. So that's a typical major bar chord, and I have lots of videos on my channel which I'll link in this video below to a playlist showing ways to make this bar easier. But if for whatever reason you cannot make this bar with your index finger, this video has 3 ways to make that same sound without having to use that bar, using sometimes just these 3 fingers. So the first bar chord alternative is going to use just these 3 fingers as promised. For this video I'm going to just do a G chord at the 3rd fret here, a G chord just like that, the same as this chord, just like the open chord, or that open chord, or that open G chord, like I've shown in other videos. So we're going to take the pad of our index finger, not the tip, but the pad, and we're going to put that across the top 2 strings on our guitar, the high E string and the B string at the 3rd fret, and then we're going to take our middle finger, sorry for giving you the bird here, and we're going to put that on our next string up, on the next fret up, so our G string at the 4th fret, and that's how it'll sound so far. Then we're going to take our ring finger and put that 1 string over and 1 fret up. So on the D string at the 5th fret, and that'll be the root. And we're going to play just those top 4 strings. And now for a comparison, if you notice, those are the top 4 strings that we're playing with a regular bar chord, just like this. So you're basically just eliminating those 2 lower strings, which is fine if you cannot play them with a bar like this. Now, as I'm making this video, I have more than 6,700 subscribers, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that and how important that is, because that helps me get more interviews with more people that you want to hear from, just like all the cool guitar players and guitar builders that I've already shown on my channel. So thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and you'll see a lot more of the stuff that you love. So for the second bar chord alternative, we're going to do something very similar, but we're going to add this A string into the mix to give it a little bit more bottom end. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to do very similar to the first shape that I showed you. So we're still going to take our pad of our index finger, and we're going to put that across our top 2 strings, right at the 3rd fret, the E string and the B string. Then we're going to still take our middle finger just like before, and we're going to put that on our G string at the 4th fret. And then instead of putting our ring finger on the next string over, we're going to move that 1 string down to the A string. So this is where it differs. We're going to put our ring finger on the A string on the 5th fret. Then we're going to use our pinky finger. So we're using all 4 fingers. We're going to use our pinky finger to put that, if you can see it right here, on the D string at the 5th fret. So that'll sound like that. Now if you notice, now just leave these 3 fingers right in place here. And I'm going to show you 2 things about this. First, if you can make that bar, that's going to be the same exact shape as just making that shorter bar up here, just on the top 2 strings. But then also, take this chord and move it down a few frets. So your middle finger is right on the 1st fret, and that's, look at that. That's an open E chord. So this, even though we're playing a G chord here, this is what is called an E shape bar chord, and that's because when you've got the nut of the guitar here, like I've explained in my other bar chord videos, when you play a bar chord, it's like you're moving the nut of the guitar up to wherever you want it to be. So that E chord shape moves right up the neck, and you can play it just like that for any chord you want. And the same thing with this chord I just showed you. You can play this same chord just like this, like I just showed you, and just rewind the video to see the exact fingering if you want to see it again. But see, that's a G, then a G sharp or A flat, then an A, then an A sharp or a B flat, then a B. And here's the C bar chord shape, but without having to play that full bar, and still getting that whole tone with nice round bottom end. Now, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button, because that'll tell YouTube to push it out to more people so they can see it and learn from it too. Now for this 3rd bar chord alternative, I'm going to show you something that Jimi Hendrix used to do a whole lot. And for more on how to play it like Jimi Hendrix, last week's video was all about that, so I'll link that here so you can see that too and check that out. But just for bar chords, what Jimi used to do, Jimi did not used to make bar chords like this, like you see a lot of people doing, including myself sometimes. Jimi used to do something different, so we're going to use those same fingers and that same exact fingering that I just showed you in way number 2, to play an alternative to a bar chord. But now we're going to take our thumb and we're going to use our thumb over the top of the fretboard. And it might take a little getting used to. You might have to reposition your hand. So if your hand is normally like back here on the fretboard, you might have to bring that, like, you know, that big fleshy part of your hand under your thumb over. But we're going to put that thumb right on our lowest string, on our E string, our low E string, but we're going to keep these fingers all the same. When you add that thumb, you're adding the root note, so it's like you're playing that full bar, but if you can't play that full bar, or if it's just easier with whatever else you're playing, if you're noodling up the fretboard or whatever else, and then you don't want to do a full bar just to go back to doing whatever else you're doing up the fretboard, you can just take that easy chord shape and add that thumb in, and then you've got that root note, and that root note, just like the whole chord, follows you right up. Thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below and tell me what else you want to see in John's Guitar Lounge, because I love making custom videos based on what people want, including this video that I made because someone requested it. So thanks for being here. I will see you next time right here in John's Guitar Lounge. Take care.